We're going to go over just something from close guard for now. Just like talking about some positions of how to attack from close guard, because sometimes, like we're told a lot that close guard is a good position, but when you're just starting, or even when you've been training for a long time, like it feels like sometimes it's hard to actually set anything up against a guy who has a good base and is defending properly. So there's a couple key rules you need to follow when you're playing close guard. The very first one is there's like a center area of control, which is inside of both of our arms. And he's gonna always be trying to keep his hands inside of my arms. I'm gonna always be trying to keep my hands inside of his arms, okay? So whoever has the inside control is gonna be in the dominant position. If he has the inside control, and the inside it's just like this imaginary box, right? And it's just whoever's arms are on the inside of the other person's arms is going to be the one dictating the pace of the match and like the one who's attacking. So you can see he has these grips right here. He's the dominant one right now from close guard. My job is to break his grips and bring my hands on the inside so I can start setting up grips of my own, okay? So a really good solid go-to is just whichever hand is on top, the one closest to your upper body is the one you want to break first. There's a couple ways to do it, like you can just grab his wrist and just bring it straight up to break the grip. You don't want to push down because his grip's going to be strong there. You always want to go towards the opening of his hand. Like if his hand is gripping the gi like this, you need to break it that way, out towards the fingertips, always. If you're trying to go against that, he's going to be strong, but if you just bring it out towards the fingertips, it's going to break a lot easier, okay? A tricky thing you can kind of do is grab with one hand and bring your other hand onto your own wrist so that when you break the grip, your hand is inside already, and it's going to be in a good position to bring his posture back down. So you break the grip. I like to break it like this, bring my hand on the inside. You can bring it through here to make sure that he can't just weave his hand right back in. And my goal now is to try and get inside control and break his posture. So I sort of keep my hand here just to block in case he tries to swing his hand back in, and I'm going to grab his collar. And now you'll notice as I do that, I'm grabbing his collar and I'm pulling my knees forward, bringing my knees close to break his posture here. So I'm using my hand and my legs. Your legs are very important here. If you just try and grab the guy and pull him down like this with your arm, your one arm's not going to be stronger than his whole back and his solid base here. So all you're going to be doing is breaking the grip, grabbing. I'm going to sort of reach to his tricep as well to help me pull him down here, okay? From here, you want to maintain the posture that you've broken on him. One way to do that is to make sure that you adjust your hips just a little off to the side, okay? This is actually very important. And at first, it doesn't seem like it would be. But what it does is it brings my leg on top of his back. So now the weight of my leg is pinching down on his back. So even if I didn't have any grips at all, when he tries to posture up, my leg is here to just help you keep him down a little bit more, okay? That's one thing that a lot of people, when they play the close guard, they forget about. If you're here like this, look, there's no pressure from my legs on his upper back to keep him down. So I'm not using my legs efficiently in this position. So whenever you have someone in close guard and you actually manage to break their posture, you want to adjust your hips. And it's okay to open your guard for a second, because if his posture is broken, opening your guard for a second, he's not going to be able to pass. Just enough to plant your foot, do a shrimp, right? And use your knee on top of his back. I'm going to try and bring your knee into the middle of his back here, like this. Okay? So from here, I'm controlling like this. Now, he's going to be trying to regain his posture. How's he going to do that? Probably by trying to bring his hand and get that grip back on the collar, getting his inside control back. Okay? So once you break the guy's grip and you have him here, your left hand is sort of just blocking his arm. It can do whatever it wants right now. My right hand is still on the collar, threatening chokes, making sure I keep his posture broken. You can always count on the guy trying to bring his hand back to your chest, okay? So if you know what he's gonna do before he does it, it makes it a lot easier to come up with a counter or come up with a counter attack, right? Really, he doesn't really have any other option. If he posts this hand out on the mat to try and posture up, he's leaving himself open for triangle chokes and other stuff, so most of the time they're gonna keep that elbow in tight. So really, his only option here is to try and weave his hand onto your chest, okay? So you can count on this most of the time. When this happens, all you're going to do is grab it with your cross grip and pull it across your body here, like this, okay? Now from here, my left hand is going to the opposite lat, his latissimus dorsi, right here, okay? You grip that because now, once his hand's on the inside, he's starting to feel that he's in danger. I might be able to go to his back. There's a lot of things I can do. I'm going to keep my hand on the sleeve here, and as he tries to posture up to take himself out of danger, he wants to get his elbow back across my hip, right? So he can keep himself out of danger. I'm going to keep this. As he postures up, I'm going to bring myself in underneath him, like I'm trying to set up an arm bar. Okay? So I'm hooking here, bringing him on top of me. Okay? I use the analogy of like I'm trying to be like a medicine ball, like one of those big bouncy yoga balls.
You want to use your weight to bring all his weight on top of you. And you're the yoga ball now. Your goal is to bounce him up and off that way. Okay? So this works because as he tries to bring his posture up, here, I'm hanging on him. And you can build a lot of momentum because he doesn't have anything to base with because you grabbed his sleeve earlier. If I didn't have his sleeve and I tried to do this, he's just going to base with that hand. Okay? So it's important you have the sleeve. Grip the lat here. When he tries to posture up, I'm just going to pull and swing my leg. See how my leg swings? I'm using that to build momentum. And then once I'm here, his arm is trapped in between both our chests. So you can underhook his leg and sweep him right over. Okay? So that's the sweep. But what's important is the setup. The sweep is easy. If you've seen it before, if you've done it before, that's easy. The important part is getting to that position properly so that he can't just base. So again, I break the grip, hand on the inside. Hand goes to the collar, both knees come in. I open my guard, adjust, bring my knee over his back. Very key detail, having your knee over his back is gonna make your closed guard a lot stronger. From here, he's vulnerable to triangles and stuff, so he's gonna be trying to weave this hand in. When he brings that hand in, I grip the sleeve. It's okay if he gets my collar too. This is okay. I just need to make sure that I'm forcing his arm across, even if he maintains the grip. As long as I force his arm across here, he's gonna be vulnerable because he's not gonna be able to base with that hand. So once he's here, he's gonna start to try and posture up. I'm gonna bring his weight on top, underhooking the leg. You'll see his arms trapped here in between us, and then this leg sweeps down. If you just go right here, he's gonna land on your leg and not gonna come up on top. So when you do the sweep, you swing your leg, and you want to chop it down underneath him. See how it came out to the other side? That's a difficult thing for some people. So you always want to make sure you do that. And then you end up right in mount, really solid position. This is one of those sweeps that works from white belt to black belt, if you can do it right. Last time, break the grip. This hand's just blocking. Grab the collar, break the posture, adjust the hips. Here, we're just threatening him. We're in a safe position, he can't do anything. We can threaten chokes, start to threaten triangles, omoplatas. So he has to respect that, and to defend that, he needs to bring his arm in. When he brings his arm in, I grab the sleeve. It doesn't matter if you pull it all the way across. Obviously, all the way across is better. So if you keep it there, it's just fine. I'm trying to tuck his elbow in between us here. Now, as he postures up, I can reach underneath his leg and pull his weight on top of me. You see all his weight's on my leg right now. Nothing, his knees aren't on the mat. Look. It's like a magic trick. He's levitating, okay? All his weight is on my thigh. As I swing my leg, that allows me to sweep him over pretty effortlessly. Okay? Any questions on that? All right, let's try it, guys.